Hello, everybody. The attendance tonight was 17,110. It was a sellout, and we broke the record here. Highest grossing sporting event in the arena's history. Gate was $2 million. Bonuses tonight, Gillespie and Oliveira both win $50,000, and Burgess and Rosa win $50,000 each, so congratulations to them. Another great trip to New York. I want to thank the people of Buffalo and the media here. It was amazing. Really appreciate all the support. And I like breaking records, so this was fun. Any questions? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Two obviously very unpredictable situations in the final two fights of the night. Can you tell us what you knew was going on during that co-main event between Mousasi and Weidman? What were they explaining to you, if anything?
What was the commission explaining? They didn't explain anything to me. But basically, you know, the referee made a mistake. And I, you know, Weidman was in a very unfortunate position where, you know, he was told he had 5 minutes. So he's laying on the ground. And then at the end, the doctor says, I can't let this guy continue. And because he laid on the ground for so long, they looked at the thing, and here's the thing. With the New York State Athletic Commission, it's like we're in 2001 again. You know, these guys haven't done big mixed martial arts fights. You know, these guys have to get some experience. And as a fighter, I say it all the time, you have to be on your toes and you gotta be ready to go. And, you know, many times in even great states like Nevada, not only are you battling your opponent, you're battling the ref and the judges and anybody else who has any type of power over the fight. So you got to go in there and you have to literally, you know, fight to win, man. Fight to finish.
Weidman said he wants to do it again. Is that a fight that you would put together again, or was there not enough controversy to warrant that?
Yeah, I don't. If you ask yourself, could Weidman have come back from that? And you know, he said it. I've been in worse positions than that, but it looked like he was in a real bad position right there, and that's the way the fight was going to go. So who knows? I don't know.
Did you have any indication, moving on to the to the main event, that Rumble Johnson was going to retire? I mean,
no. He just grabbed me downstairs and said, "Listen, man, I couldn't tell you. I'm working on something really big right now. It's massive, and it's really good for me and my life and everything else." And I said, "I'm happy for you, man." You know, he doesn't have to tell me he's retiring. You know, whatever he's got going on is his personal business. I was saying, I mean, I agree with Daniel Cormier that I think he has a lot more still, and you know, he's on top of the game. But as soon as that R word pops into your head, you absolutely should retire. This ain't a game to hang out and if you're even considering retiring. So I'm happy for him. He's a great guy. You know, he's always been, you know, an entertaining fighter for us. He's always been a good guy, and I wish him the best. I'm happy for him.
And obviously the old standby is no matchmaking right after the event, but between DC and John Jones, I mean, his return from suspension lines up right in that wheelhouse for International Fight Week. Is that on the radar? You know,
I don't think it does line up. I think International Fight Week, his suspension is comes out.
Is it after?
After, I think, yeah. Like, or within, right, the day after or something like that. So it doesn't line up for that. So I haven't even thought about that. John Jones and I haven't even talked since this whole thing went down. So we're not close to making anything.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah. Right here on the front.
Right here. Dana.
Oh, sorry.
Hi,
this
Dana.
guy's next right here.
Hi, Dan. Tom Lee, Rising Television. Just a quick question. Seeing the sellout crowd at KeyBank Center, do you think Buffalo has proven to you that they can host another UFC event down the line?
Yeah. I mean, you know how it is, man. We break records like this, whatever. I can't wait to come back to Buffalo. And the crowd was great tonight too. Great crowd. They were there early for the you know, the prelims, and it was a good crowd. It was fun.
Final question is that Daniel Cormier's next opponent, like you see John Jones, Jimmy Manuel, he also mentioned. Which opponent do you think that he would?
I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out. You know, obviously Daniel. I don't know if you guys have seen Daniel yet. His nose is not looking good. He's got a very broken nose. So just let him go home and spend some time with his family and relax, and we'll start talking about that when he's ready.
Dana, with the screwiness between the states, you know, you have the ruling tonight with the Weidman fight, but you also have this Pearl Gonzalez situation where there's like a rule that nobody seems to know about, or it's
Yeah,
only in
but the
New York?
media jumped the gun with that one. The media jumped the gun
Blame
and
the
put
media.
that out. Yeah, absolutely, I blame the media on that one. Nobody came out and said anything that that fight was canceled. I don't know who started that or how it got there, but it was bullshit.
Do you think that aside, that there needs to be some sort of unification with all the states and just have standard rules for UFC? Doesn't that make more sense?
Yeah, there are. And the difference is that rule where they had with the, about the implants, that was a rule they had for boxing. It wasn't an MMA rule. The fight wasn't canceled. Sometimes things go on, but everybody's trying to jump for a scoop, like they heard something and something's going on and then put out misinformation.
But the other thing is still true. Like whatever it is, whatever your rules are.
Yeah, but as we go to commission, they basically are the same. And as we go from commission to commission, this is still, if you look at this sport, what are we, 17 years old from the Zuffa era, from when we bought the company? We're still 17 years old. There's still going to be some mistakes, and nothing is ever perfect. And, it's one of the things that I have to, it's a testament to how good my team is. When crazy shit goes down, we handle it and we get it straightened out. It's very rare that we have fights pulled, but the New York State Athletic Commission has been great. Bad situations happen sometimes, and these guys are still learning. I think that obviously these guys are going to get a lot of smaller organizations come in, and their refs, their doctors, their commission will all get more work, and we'll get more comfortable with the sport of mixed martial arts. Thank you.
You said that you weren't sure about Jones' suspension. Sorry, back here in the middle.
Yeah.
You said you weren't sure about Jones' suspension, how it lined up. You're still...
No, I said I don't know exactly what day it lands on, but it's in that ballpark of International Fight Week. But I think
thought it was 2
it's
days
after.
before.
I think it's after. Maybe you're right.
Because I think you also can't promote fights.
I hope you're right, but I don't know.
I guess how much would your decision on that have to do with if you're still trying to make Bisping and St. Pierre happen and how that all works out?
Yeah, definitely. Well, obviously, Cody and TJ are already on that card. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
And not to mention anybody specifically from tonight, but if one of your fighters were to say they wanted to go play football, they were under contract, would you allow that, or how would that work out with you?
If a fighter wanted to go play football, like NFL football?
Yeah.
That's like NFL players saying they want to come over here. I don't know. Why, you know something that I don't know?
Just wondering about a new venture for one of your fighters.
It's a weird question, but okay. Yeah.
Just wondering. Okay.
We'll see what happens there.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks.
Dana,
Yeah.
USADA told me last week that his suspension, Jones's suspension, is up July 7th. So,
Ooh. Yeah.
the fight would be July 8th, 213. Is that too close?
I think so, because I don't think I think he was just saying he wouldn't be allowed to promote or do anything like that if he's on suspension.
You are allowed to promote. I asked them that too.
Well, there you go. You know more than I do.
But would you feel comfortable? With Nevada, because he'd have to get relicensed. Does that just feel too close to?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that whole nightmare. Listen, if Jones fights, Jones going to be a co-main event anyway. So there's already a co-main event on that card.
Because you said you won't put him in the headlining.
Not yet.
Even if it's Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay, you'd put TJ and Cody ahead
I'd
of them.
put just about everybody ahead and make them the main event. Yeah.
Because of what's happened.
Yeah, I just don't have the faith right now that the fight's going to happen.
Okay.
And I don't want to spend millions and millions of dollars again promoting a fight that doesn't happen.
Did you talk to him? Did you have a chance to talk to him?
No, we didn't talk.
Are you going to talk after this?
Probably not. We'll probably talk closer to when it's time for him to fight, which I don't believe will be in July anyway, so.
Okay. And just one more. Gegard Mousasi, I'm sure you heard, very vocal about his contract. You know, he's a free agent or going to be a free agent.
Yep.
Well,
now we can't complain about the money, because now we're going to find out,
Well, what are your thoughts on A, what he said, and B?
What did he say?
Just saying he wants to be paid more. He didn't like the fact that Mark Hunt, who he beat, paid more than him. Dan Henderson, so I was just wondering about that.
Dan Henderson's been in the game forever, okay? Mark Hunt has an entire country behind him. When Mark Hunt, when we do fights in Australia, he sells out arenas, okay? Gegard Mousasi isn't selling out arenas. That's why guys like that, you see guys like Bisping, different fighters from Brazil, Conor McGregor, you know, when you have guys who have countries behind them, it's a game changer for them. Not everybody has that luxury.
Last question, are you interested in talking to him? Do you want to have him still around?
Yeah, listen, I'm a Gegard fan. I'm the one that brought Gegard in here. I like the guy very much. So yeah.
Thanks.
Dana, just a quick thought on the retiring Patrick Cote, who's been with the organization for a very long time.
Yeah, great guy. You know, great ambassador of the sport. Has always been, you know, a fun guy to deal with. One of our first, you know, when we got into the sport and as Canada started to take off, he was one of the big stars in Canada with GSP and the rest of the crew. You know, I'm happy for him too, and it's been an honor having him fight in the UFC.
Caitlin Shigegan was talking to us tonight again about the flyweight division. Just while we're on the topic of women's divisions, is that something in the pipeline?
Yeah. The talent is incredible. You talking about the women?
Yeah, like is there a women's flyweight division?
Yeah, absolutely. I need a translator for you, my friend. Am I going to add that division?
Yeah, is that
Probably not. No.
Is there a reason why, or?
I just don't want to. I'm kidding, but it's deeper than that. But yeah, we're not ready for that.
And Cynthia, yesterday was obviously a very stressful day. You weren't sure what was happening. What was the last 24 hours leading up to the fight like for you?
I mean, it was definitely crazy, but you know, I just
for the record, not to jump in here, when I found out that they were talking about this fight being off, I called you, right, and said, this fight's happening. Don't listen to this bullshit that you're hearing. This fight's happening.
I got scared, of course, for a moment, and then when I talked to Dana, he reassured me that the fight was still on, but definitely panicked a little bit at first. I was a little worried, but he reassured me that, you know, the fight was going to happen, so everything was okay.
Thanks.
And I told Pearl that too. Told them both, relax. Go back to your rooms, relax, don't listen to any of this shit. This fight's happening.
We just, from the New York State Athletic Commission, they weren't sure what was happening. That's just what we were going on yesterday morning. That's where our reports came from.
Right. Well, they knew what was going on. They did. It's just one of those things. It's one of those things that the media should never jump on stuff like that. That stuff's being worked out. These are all things that happen in our daily business. That's why, thank God, most of the stuff that goes on in the office every day never gets out, because, you know, it would be an absolute nightmare. The media was reporting that this fight was off, you know, and some of the media guys that were, I was like, you can pick up the phone and call. Why would you report that when we didn't say it? When we say it, it's true.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, Dana, right over here. You're talking about you know, the media reporting the you know, the fight being off and everything. I believe it was the commission though that actually reported it. So I guess you're saying that, you know,
yeah,
we should check with you guys. Or?
Yeah, check with us.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this woman right here is brilliant and available all the time, and never once did she tell any of you guys that this fight was off. And she's in constant communication with me, and you know, it's just, yeah.
But you can understand though, the commission is saying something and it's being reported. That's
so the commission put out a statement about the fight being off.
No, there was a video that came out from one of the commissioners saying that the fight had been off, and so I believe that's where the.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I didn't know that.
Anyways, any update on Canada? We're here in September. There might be a show up somewhere. We don't know yet. Is there any update on that?
No.
Hi there, Dana. I have a question for you over here. You back in UFC 208, you crowned a female featherweight champion. Yet we haven't seen much activity in that division since those 2 months. Are there any plans going forward to maybe bring in more female fighters at 145?
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Jesus, I don't even know what to say about that. We'll have some announcements about that soon. I can't even get into that right now. My head will explode. But yeah, it's been weird.
Just for Dana, with Anthony Johnson retiring now, a lot of people say, you know, the light heavyweight division is pretty top heavy. What does this do to lose a top 3 guy in that weight class when there's, you know, already a shortage on title contenders?
I don't ever think about that. You know, the reality is, we're going to keep bringing in talent. We're going to keep putting on fights. We're going to keep doing what we do. You know, the fact that he retired, that's what he feels he needs to do right now, then that's what he needs to do. I'm happy for him. You know, I hear stuff all the time. Been hearing, what are you guys going to do when Chuck retires? What are you guys going to do when GSP's gone? What are you going to do when this one's gone, when that one's gone? We're going to keep finding new talent and putting on fights.
And Luke Rockhold came out tonight and said that he's been offered the fight with Anderson Silva, just waiting to see if Anderson takes it. Is that the fight you expect to happen down in Brazil? Or?
I don't know. We'll see. You know, obviously, you know, Anderson was willing to take on Kelvin Gastelum, who was a very tough, dangerous guy. You know, I got to talk to Anderson. You all know. Everybody in this room knows what it's like, you know, dealing with Anderson. So, not that it's a bad thing. It's just, you know, it's a process, and it's a process that I'm going to have to go through now. Listen, one of the things that I always respect about Anderson, you know, he didn't want to fight Chael Sonnen again. He said, the guy's disrespectful, he's a punk, he doesn't deserve to fight me. He fought him. You know, and there's always been times when it seemed like, you know, Anderson steps up and Anderson fights. Anderson came in and fought Cormier at 200, you know. He's a stud, man. He's the GOAT, and I'm looking forward to walking through this process for the Luke Rockhold fight. We'll see what happens.
Do you have an update on Floyd and Conor?
Conor, you know, is having a baby any day now, and after Conor has his baby, Conor and I are going to meet in New York.
Is it close?
And then we'll go from there. No, we're not close. We're not close.
Still a better chance of you being
Yeah,
back
you know,
at
yeah,
quarterback.
no, I think there's a better chance of it happening than me quarterbacking, but I see this fight happening. I see this fight happening. There's just, Conor wants it and Floyd wants it, and you know, I've said many times, Conor's done a lot. He's stepped up in big fights for this company and for me and for Lorenzo, and yeah, I can't deny him this fight.
Is September still possible?
What I would like to clarify is all the bullshit about the 80-20 split. Jeff Mayweather, come on, Jeff. Me and Jeff go way back. Jeff, are you the spokesman now for fucking Team Mayweather? And Bob Arum, you piece of shit? Fuck you too. What do they know about this fight? You know what they know about this fight? Nothing. Okay? Believe me, we have had preliminary talks with Conor, and I'm in a good place with Conor, and we're gonna meet in New York when he has his baby.
Is September still possible?
I don't know. You know, the thing is the longer it takes, you know, for us to come to an agreement, I think the longer it's going to take to negotiate with the Mayweather team. You know, because I know all the talk of A side, B side, and all this stuff. Listen, of course, everything that I say is going to come off bias because he's my guy. But you guys judge. Is Conor McGregor not a massive star? And is this not, you know, this fight here, Floyd doesn't make this kind of money either without Conor. So Conor's just as important as Floyd when it comes to this fight.
Would you have?
Not to mention the fact that Conor's actually stepping in and boxing him and not saying, hey, let's fight in mixed martial arts.
Would you have to deal with Showtime too to get this done?
I don't think so, no.
It would be separate?
No, Mayweather's team would have to deal with them. I'm dealing with my side, I'll let them deal with their side.
So you've talked to them?
To
Mayweather.
Mayweather's? Yeah. I've been talking to him for a while now. You good? Hey, thanks for the support, and again, all the people in Buffalo and all the Buffalo media, I really appreciate you. Thank you.